Coming up on the Sports Desk.
The Saxons are on their way to the quarterfinals. We'll catch you up on their progress in the CIF playoffs.
It's time to gear up for winter sports. We've got basketball and soccer team previews coming your way.
Plus, Bishop Montgomery held their annual signing day ceremony for the student athletes. We'll show you where the Knights are headed to after graduation.
You want it? We've got it. Buckle up, Torrance. The Sports Desk starts right now.
Welcome to the only sports show designed with the Torrance sports fan in mind. You're rocking with the desk.
We're back. I'm your host, Cedric Welton, and this is my co-host, Dani Miskell, and we're so happy you can join us. We've got a ton to cover, so let's jump right into it, Dani.
Yes, let's get started with our reigning Pioneer League champs. Now, when we left off, the Saxons had just taken the W over Orange. So to bring you up to speed, they were on the road and faced off with San Marino in round 2. Let's pick up here.
The Saxons were hyped to host their consecutive CIF playoff game. First quarter, after Brea Olinda struck first, Stephen Bradford takes the handoff up the middle and has room, but gets tripped up by Sean Richardson for a big game.
Just 2 plays later, guess who? Stephen Bradford again, up the middle to tie the score for the Saxons 7-7.
Brea Olinda would not be silenced and came right back as Connor Short found Wheeler Smith on the slant, and Wheeler goes untouched for a 70-plus yard score to take the lead for the Titans 14-7.
Saxons had an answer, and his name was Stephen Bradford. Direct snap this time, and he outruns all the Titan defenders to tie things up at 14 apiece at the half.
Jumping straight to the fourth, Saxons put up 19 points in this quarter, none more important than this play. Stephen Bradford, with seconds left in the game, off the direct snap, and he gets in the end zone for the go-ahead score to seal the game. Bradford had 332 yards rushing and 3 scores as the Saxons won 33-28, and we caught up with him and coach post-game.
You know, I had to do it for the team, and just had to stay focused the whole game. Yeah.
It's a privilege to keep going, and we're happy to have another day, another morning of films tomorrow, and we don't want to give this up.
The Saxons, who previously hadn't gotten out the first round, found themselves a game away from the championships. They recently traveled to Brea Olinda High School, and we've got the results.
The Saxons fought, but Brea Olinda got out to an early lead and didn't look back.
The Saxons were eliminated from the CIF playoffs after falling to Brea Olinda by a final score of 28-19.
We here at the Sports Desk want to salute the Saxons on an amazing season. From Pioneer League champs to a deep run in the playoffs, there's a lot to be proud of at North Torrance.
That's right. Nothing to hang your head about. Great season, and we expect the Saxons to hit the ground running next year. Let's shift our gears to the college gridiron, and let's focus on ECC.
Coming off their win against Cerritos College, for the first time in 7 years, the Warriors were in the hunt for the CCABLE Football State Championship. They took on the Tigers of Riverside in the regional playoffs, and this would be the end of the road for the Warriors as they fell to the final of 63-24.
The Warriors celebrate back-to-back winning seasons for the first time since they posted 7 straight winning seasons from 2003 to 2009. They've also taken the Milk Can Trophy with their victory over Cerritos, and that ended the regular season, and we want to congratulate the Warriors for their first league title since 2008 and first outright title since 2005. Great season, guys.
Sticking with the Warriors coverage, let's now set our gaze on women's volleyball. The Lady Warriors faced LA Harbor to try and stay undefeated in conference. They had already beat LA Harbor in straight sets this season, and this game was to be their final home game before playoffs. We now go to sports reporter Anthony Ciardelli. He files this report.
It was sophomore night for the Camino College women's volleyball team, which was a special night for the players and their head coach, Liz Hazel.
This is my second year coaching, so it's kind of unique in that they're the first group that I've had for 2 years. So we've kind of been in it together. Like, they came last year, was their first year, it was my first year as head coach.
And it was a successful night for the sophomores and the entire team in front of Coach Hazel. Let's get to the game. To open the first set, sophomore Fina Leilua gets the dig. Freshman Caitlin Donatucci sets it, and sophomore Sophia Loyola gets the point off the net. The Warriors jump out to an early lead over the Seahawks. But later in the first set, LA Harbor has taken the lead, and they extend it after a miscue by the Warriors. But that's not a problem. Just 2 points later, South High School alum Michaela Clark gets the point for the Warriors to tie it at 9. From there, the Warriors roll. Here, Leilua with the thunderous kill. That's one of 5 unanswered points, 21-14 Warriors. Then at set point, sophomore Renee Bryden pulls the tricky little flip over the net. The Warriors take the first set. In set 2, watch this dig by Caitlin Donatucci. LA Harbor gets the block, and then it's Caitlin's sister Kelly Donatucci finishing the point for the Warriors. They lead 5-3. LA Harbor battled back to tie it at 6, but after the Warriors take the lead again, Leilua gets one of her team-leading 16 kills in the match. 9-6 Warriors. Leilua had a no-nonsense mindset coming into the night.
We already beat Harbor once, and we already knew they were going to come into the game harder. So my mindset was basically just to do what we did before and handle business.
At match point, 24-13, Leilua with the serve. LA Harbor goes for the kill, but the ball lands out of bounds to give set 2 to the Warriors, 25-13. In set 3, the Seahawks try to fight off the Warriors, but Maris Ewell ties it at 1 early. From there, the Warriors roll again, as Loyola makes it 18-7. Then at match point, Leilua finishes it with authority to get the Warriors the 3-set victory. And with the playoffs approaching, the Warriors are working on perfecting their game when it matters most.
Once playoffs comes, everybody kind of has the book on everybody. You've seen them play and stuff, so you want to get better at little things so you're not doing the same thing every time and be firing on all cylinders.
The El Camino College women's volleyball team handled LA Harbor today in straight sets. The game featured two teams that were very familiar with each other because a total of 9 players on both sides played their high school volleyball in Torrance. Reporting from El Camino College, I'm Anthony Ciardelli for the Sports Desk.
Thanks, Anthony. El Camino improves to 20-2 in the season and 6-0 in conference, and the playoffs will begin for them on November 30th. All right, that's going to do it for fall sports coverage, so let's cut to a quick break, but when we come back,
it's time to preview the teams that you'll be watching this winter season. So get excited, Torrance. More Sports Desk coverage coming your way. We'll be right back.
Here are 3 things to remember about hydration. First, stay hydrated by drinking plenty of water before, during, and after play. Second, learn the signs and symptoms of dehydration and bring extra water to games and practices. And finally, hydration is essential for athletes to stay in the game and perform at their best. To learn more, visit safekids.org.
Welcome back to the Sports Desk. All right, everybody, it's now time to slam. Ready to get your hoop on, C?
Oh, you know I'm always game, D. We're taking you back to the West High Warriors court, and if you remember from last year, they finished second in Pioneer League play under former coach Neil Perlmutter's direction. The Warriors now have a new coach in town, and Sports Desk reporter Catherine Gallo is standing by to introduce us. Catherine, take it away.
New year, new coach, same goals. For West High School boys basketball, the expectations are still as high as they've ever been. First-year head coach Russell Payne may be new to this program, but he foresees only the best of the best from this Warriors team. After finishing in second place in the Pioneer League last year, West is coming in hot this season and is looking to grab that top spot in 2019. The Warriors have just 4 seniors on the roster, but they do return 2 key starters in captains Alex Mishaw and Brandon Kircher, and are ready to make use of the experience they do have.
We have a lot of juniors, so they're not freshmen or sophomores. They still have some sort of experience. A few of them have still been on varsity. It's just adjusting to them taking on bigger roles. And that's been a challenge for them a little bit in the summer and the fall, but we played so many games over that time span that they're starting to adjust to what they need to do in games.
They'll get used to those adjustments early as West opens up the season with some big non-conference tournaments that will surely challenge the Warriors as they get the chance to play against some of the most competitive teams in Southern California.
I think we're playing a lot of tough games, so we end up playing in 2 weeks. We end up playing Bishop Montgomery, first game of the Westchester tournament, and they're a top 20 team nationally, #1 team in the state of California. So for us playing those teams, that's going to get us ready for the run that we want to make.
We play a lot of tougher opponents, so it will help us for league. I'm not saying it's not hard in league, but teams like Bishop Montgomery, we're not going to play that caliber teams in league. So if we play against that, it's going to be easier for us to transition into league.
What will also make it easier in league play and in any competition this team faces is the strong connection these guys have formed not just on the court, but off the court as well.
They're all friends, so I think that's really important. Not one kid stands out from the group, so they go everywhere together. They eat together. They literally walk from the locker room to the court together. They won't leave the locker room until everyone's leaving together. So I think their camaraderie and friendship is probably the most important thing for them this year.
We're really close off the court. We always hang out. I think that's going to lead on the court during the season, during league, and just off the court. We're all brothers. We hang out almost every day at lunch, after school, in between practice and school. It's just, we're always together, so we're going to be tight-knit this year.
And that chemistry is just one of the many assets this West team will bring to the hardwood this season.
They're just tough kids. I mean, they get after it. They're not the biggest, they're not the fastest, they're not the strongest, but they play with the most heart. And that's been something that we're relying on for them to be successful.
1 through 5, we can all shoot the ball, and I think that's going to be hard to guard. And we're also just well put together, and we're so close, like you said, that it's going to be hard to stop us this year.
West knows that the only thing that can stop this team is itself. If the Warriors can stay mentally focused and remain confident in their abilities, they feel they have the potential to meet all of their expectations.
If we're going to win league this year and make a deep run, we're going to have to not have any mental lapses during the game, because I know last year we had a couple and that cost us. So this year we just got to stay strong throughout, and we'll have a great chance of winning the league this year.
Our mindset, because you look at us and you think, oh, we're pretty small, but once everyone on the team realizes we're really good, we can beat anyone.
If you don't have confidence that you're going to be the best, then you have no chance of getting there in the first place. So for us, I always think we're going to finish first. I think that's a big thing, or a big message from me to them, is we're not accepting anything but the best. I expect us to win league. I expect us to make a deep playoff run, but that's just me being overconfident, I guess, at times, and just expecting the best out of them.
Reporting from West High School, I'm Catherine Gallo for the Sports Desk.
Exciting things ahead for the Warriors. Now let's talk about the Maroon Monsoon. The Tartars finished last season 17-12 overall with a Pioneer League record of 8-2. This season, the charge will be led by a new voice in town with head coach Sammy Britton. We throw it back to SportsDesk reporter Catherine Gallo, who has the inside scoop.
That sound can only mean one thing. Basketball is back. And at Torrance High School, there's plenty of newness surrounding the boys program to get the Tartars excited for the upcoming season. Not the least of which being first-year head coach Sammy Britton.
I'm very grateful for the opportunity to be here. I think we got a great team this year. I think we're going to do some good things and a lot of returners, which helps for leadership. And I'm looking forward to this season.
Coach Sammy, he's a good coach. Really cares about us and gets us in here every day and pushes us. And we love him so far.
Britton joins the program after spending time as an assistant at rival West High School, and the Torrance High alum has already implemented some additions to this Tartars team to ensure the season starts off on a high note.
It's been a lot different from last year. We are a lot more organized. We have a lot more set plays, things like that. And we have a lot more assistant coaches, like a new trainer, shooting coach, things like that.
One of the most notable additions has been the start of the new strength and conditioning program that Britton says has been a great challenge for his guys.
After practice, we have weight room, and Coach C is our strength and conditioning coach, and that was a big emphasis of mine, is I wanted to put in a strong strength and conditioning program for us. They've done weight room last year, but this is more of an organized weight room and someone that actually specializes in teaching different things with weights and plyometric stuff. And so she's been huge. She was a trainer over at USC when they won a national championship with Pete Carroll. So we really emphasize that at going 2.5-hour practices and then straight over to weights 3 times a week.
Although much has changed about the team in the offseason, one familiar face does return in the team's go-to big man and last year's Pioneer League MVP, Abdul Ahmad.
Abdul's a big piece for our team. He's a great leader as well. Going against him last year when I was over at West, he was super hard to defend. And so coming over this year and getting to meet him and stuff, he's a great person, and I think he's going to be a good part of our team.
To complement Ahmad in the front court, look for the Tartars to take advantage of the team's speed and strong shooting skills.
Our biggest strength is definitely the fact that we have a high IQ. I think we have a lot of point guards on this team. We're really small this year. We could use our speed to our advantage and our quickness.
I think we have a lot of shooters, especially around Abdul. He's a great big man, so if they start to double team him, we have a lot of guys to kick out to.
With those strengths comes high expectations for Torrance as it looks to become the sole Pioneer League champions at the end of this season after sharing that title with losing our last year.
We just have to execute. Last year we had a little trouble executing, but this year we've been practicing a lot, memorizing plays. And our coach has been doing a good job with helping us remember those plays, so hopefully this season we could finish off with first again.
We start the game hard, we need to finish hard, just stay consistent and make sure we're rebounding. This year we don't have that big of a team, but we have some hard-working guys, and I feel like we can go far with the team.
I told all of our guys that we can't focus on the whole schedule. We take game by game. And our goals is we don't want to have any ties. We want to make sure that we're the sole winners of league this year and that we can get past round 2 of CIF. So game by game, but we're definitely having high expectations.
Well, the Tartars will have to wait and see if those expectations play out. There is one thing for sure the team can count on: the support of their fans. What are you most looking forward to about this season as a senior?
Oh, as a senior, definitely playing in front of Maroon Monsoon. They bring a lot of energy to the games, makes it a lot of fun.
Coming to games is a big thing for ours. We have great fan support here. Maroon Monsoon is a big part of our school. When I used to go here, it wasn't as strong as it is now, which is a great thing. So you know what, it'd be great to have as many people as we can come out and support us, and we hope to give them a show.
The Tartar season gets started November 14th when they play at Gardena, but look for that Maroon Monsoon to be at full force when the team plays its first home game on December 14th. Reporting from Torrance High School, I'm Catherine Gallo for the Sports Desk.
Thanks, Catherine. I'm ready to see those Tartars back in action this season.
Me too.
All right, now let's head down to South, where we're going to preview the Spartans as they're getting ready for their season. Leo Clem is back as head coach. After taking time off from an injury and even missing the playoffs, he's excited to be back. Ranamoto covered for him last season, and we're now going to pick up with sports reporter Anthony Ciardelli. He gives us a full report on what to expect from the Spartans this season. Anthony, take it away.
The South Spartans boys basketball team returned to the court in preparation for their season. The team's looking to bounce back from last year when they went 9-18 overall, 2-8 in conference. Seniors Nicholas Bjorklund and Aaron Lee are hoping the Spartans can get back to a more team-focused approach after straying from that last season.
I don't want to be too blunt, but I feel like we had a lot of selfish players last year, and I feel this year we're a much harder working team than the year before.
I expect us to do a lot better as an overall record. Again, I said our chemistry is a lot better this year, and I feel like people might count us out, but I think we're going to use it to our advantage this year.
The Spartans have a lot of new faces this year, including sophomore Aaron Regat, who plays a tenacious defensive game. The Spartans are hoping Regat can up his offensive production to match his defense this season as well. The Spartans are also expecting a lot this season out of junior Jun Sato, who made varsity as a sophomore last season. Not only is Sato also a tough defender, teammates say he has strong ball handling skills. Coaches are hoping seniors Lee and Bjorklund can also continue to make major contributions. Lee is a talented all-around player who can provide a main source of scoring for South, while Bjorklund's hustle, rebounding ability, and team leadership make him an asset as well. And when it comes to this year's schedule, there's one opponent every Spartan has circled.
Definitely Torrance. I like playing Torrance because the atmosphere is always amazing.
Torrance. I am very looking forward to getting back at Torrance.
Torrance were the co-league champs last year. We took them down to the wire 2 games, even though we fell short.
No matter who the opponent is, Lee and Bjorklund have their own personal goals for the season.
I'll definitely get a dunk for you guys this year in a game. Hopefully for myself too, my family. I want to be a really good team leader overall and make sure to help out my teammates when they're feeling down or when we lose a game.
It doesn't matter if I score, if I get assists. I just want to help our team as a whole unit.
And if the Spartans can win enough, they hope they can make a trip back to the playoffs after missing last season. Reporting from South High School, I'm Anthony Ciardelli for the Sports Desk.
Thanks, Anthony. South season has already took off, and we'll be sure to catch you up on all the action real soon. Looking forward to see what those Spartans got this season. All right, it's time for another quick break, but don't go anywhere because when we come back,
we're going to take things outdoors, and we're going to preview North's boys and girls soccer teams.
Plus, we still have the signing day for the Bishop Montgomery student athletes to feature, and you'll see where these Knights will be taking their talents when we return.
Hi, I'm Callahan Walsh with some everyday tips on keeping kids safe. We all know that getting kids involved in sports can help them stay active, be social, and build lots of important skills. Make sure your child's sporting organization has procedures in place that help keep children safe from abuse, like a policy for performing background checks on all coaches and volunteers. For more information on the types of questions to ask and best practices in sport, check out missingkids.org/education.
Welcome back to the Sports Desk. And now it's that time for us to get more acquainted on social media. And freeze frame. Do as my co-host is doing and pull out your cellular device. Hit us up on the Gram, Facebook, and Twitter in no particular order and talk to us because we promise we'll talk back. Unfreeze.
Thanks, Dani. Make sure you keep us in the know on the world of everything that is Torrance sports. It's important that you share what you want to have featured. Send us photos and videos from games, and if you have an idea for a story, shoot us a message. And always remember, tag the SportsDesk TV.
All right, we're going to now give you back-to-back coverage on what to expect from the North soccer program this season. And ladies first. The Lady Saxons finished 16-8 overall and 8-2 in league. And we now have 8 members returning to assist in league domination. So now we're going to bring back Anthony Ciardelli. He is standing by. Anthony, show us what you've got.
The North Saxons girls soccer team is back on the pitch preparing for the upcoming season. The Saxons are ready to defend their league title, but after falling in the second round of the CIF playoffs last year, they're hungry to reach the ultimate goal.
It's been heartbreaking to make it so far and then not get the result we want, so I'm looking forward to getting there.
The Saxons will need to overcome some early season adversity if they want to improve on last season, as starting goalkeeper Carly Clark will be out recovering from an injured shoulder.
I just found out a few days ago that I tore my labrum in my shoulder, so I have an appointment a couple days to decide my plan.
She will still be on the sidelines, though, assisting head coach Katrina Johnson. Clark says the team will need to improve a little on the mental side of the game.
Definitely our intensity. We get sidetracked quite a lot, but it's a lot of teenage girls, so.
The team will not be lacking in experience with 8 returning players. As Pioneer League champs, the team had the league's second best offense, but senior Aiko Hirose says she expects the focus may shift this season.
Last season we had a really strong offense. We always had those really strong wingers going up and down the field, and this season not so much, but we definitely do have a strong defense.
The Saxons will have to play a strong all-around game to win the Pioneer League again, which could be what some soccer fans call the pool of death. The 3 other Torrance high schools were right on North's heels in the standings and played them tightly last season. Hirose knows they have a tough road ahead, but she's confident in her team.
We're really looking forward to defending our league title. We worked really hard for it last season, and we're planning to do just the same.
And with the start of the season on their doorstep, the Saxons have a message for you.
Go North!
Go North!
Go North!
Reporting from North High School, I'm Anthony Ciardelli for the Sports Desk.
Thanks, Anthony. And now he's going to take us over to check out the boys team. Now, they struggled last season, finishing with an overall record of 2-17 with 3 ties and 1-9 in league play. But things could be looking up, though, for these Saxons this time around. Once again, we throw it to Sports Desk reporter Anthony Ciardelli, and he has that answer.
Soccer season is almost upon us, and the North High boys soccer team is hungry for some wins. After going through a brief period of rebuilding, the team's looking to qualify for the CIF playoffs for the first time since 2012-2013. And head coach Roberto Rivas thinks the team has some potential.
I think this is the first year we have a great set of seniors and a great group of juniors. We have more juniors than seniors, actually, that are trying to set the standard for us. It'll help that they've got experience and that we're going forward and just building. You know, we're growing.
Andrew Valverde is one of those upperclassmen that Coach Rivas expects to play well this year. The junior midfielder and striker is a skilled all-around player who has a high soccer IQ and also excels in the classroom. Valverde says he and his fellow forwards are going to be a key factor this season.
We have a lot of youth, and I think we're going to have a lot of goals this year, and it's going to be very successful.
Steven Fernandez, in his 3rd year on varsity, is another player that will have a key role. The senior, who plays forward and midfield, has excellent technical skills and leadership abilities. He's also confident in his team's offensive skills.
We keep possession, and our chemistry is pretty good with the team.
Coach Rivas says that good ball handling skills can help negate one of the potential weaknesses of the team.
We do have strong players and quick players. We don't have fast players, which, I mean, it could be considered a weakness, but I think the way we work around that is our touch on the ball and our technique. If you control possession of the ball, you get the other team tired, and speed really is neutralized at that point.
The team is focused heavily on forging excellent chemistry in their practices that will help them with a tough early schedule this season. Coach Rivas said he wants to play hard competition early to prepare the team for their league games later in the season. But Fernandez has a little extra motivation against one team in particular.
I'm looking forward to play against West High. I have a cousin that goes to West High, and I really want to actually win them and actually have like bragging rights.
Valverde also has some team and personal goals which will help propel him this season.
Personally, I want to make the all-team, all-city team, and help my team out, get to CIF, and hopefully win league.
And if the team wants to win, it helps to instill a winning culture, which is what Coach Rivas hopes he's done.
Trying to set the culture right, bringing in the right staff has been a big part of that, bringing in guys, coaches that are competent, that are confident, and can also put a system in play for our boys to succeed in.
If the team keeps up its work ethic and good chemistry, there's a strong chance they'll satisfy their hunger for wins and take huge steps compared to last season. Reporting from North High School, I'm Anthony Ciardelli for the Sports Desk.
Thanks again, Anthony. Make sure you stay tuned for the next edition of the Sports Desk as we have more soccer team previews coming your way.
All right, now we've got an update on El Camino Cross Country, and they participated in the state championships recently. The Warriors took second in the competition, led by sophomore Carson Bix, who completed the course with a time of 20 minutes and 7 seconds.
Carson became El Camino's third individual male cross-country state champion. That's a high honor. Carson is a former West Warrior, by the way.
The Lady Warriors finished 11th in the competition, led by Grace Hoffman, who finished the course with a time of 19 minutes and 36 seconds. Good for 32nd place. Major salute to the team on an awesome season. We can't wait to see what you guys are going to do next.
All right, we want to share with you a special moment that took place earlier today at Bishop Montgomery High, where some of your star athletes that you may have watched on this very show signed their letters of intent for college. Starting guard for Bishop Montgomery Hoops, Gianni Hunt has committed to Oregon State University.
Lady Knights softball second baseman Madison Jacobus is headed to her dream school, the University of Utah.
You know her, star guard for the Lady Knights, Kayla Padilla, will be heading to the University of Pennsylvania.
Lady Knights outside hitter Lauren Turner will be attending TCU and will play beach volleyball.
Knights soccer forward Thomas Van Schoor will be attending the Dominican University.
Senior point guard Josh Vasquez is set to attend the University of Montana.
And last but certainly not least, point guard Kayla Williams will be attending UC Irvine.
We got to chat with the Kaylas afterwards. They've been dreaming of this moment for a long time, and they feel blessed for this day to have finally arrived. We asked them why they chose the colleges they signed with and what they feel Bishop Montgomery has taught them that they will carry on to the college level.
I chose UC Irvine because I just felt like it was the best place for me. I felt like I'm gonna feel like home. The coaches, the team, they made me feel like family. So I felt like it was the right move for me. Bishop Montgomery definitely taught me a lot of responsibility. They taught me a lot of perseverance. I know when things on the court, things are not gonna go how I like them, and they taught me how to overcome those things. School-wise, they're preparing me for, UC Irvine is a great academic school, so I think Bishop is really preparing me to be able to excel at a high level at UC Irvine.
Well, I chose the University of Pennsylvania because they're at the top level of basketball and academics, and those were the two big things I was looking for in a college, plus the people were so great, and I felt it was a really great fit when I visited there. I think Bishop, most importantly, has taught me the value of hard work, just knowing that I have to be disciplined every time I step onto the court and being a role model off the court as well. And just always taught me to value the people around me, having such great coaches and teammates. It's truly special and something to always treasure, so I'll definitely be taking on those lessons in college. Well, I want to thank my family and my friends, of course, for always supporting me, always being there, especially to my parents for traveling all those miles to just see me play and always supporting me. And I also want to thank my school, Bishop, for always giving me the support that they needed during games or whatever, and for just always following through with my career, and I'm just so lucky to be here.
Awesome stuff, and congratulations on all your decisions. I know this is a major first step, and we cannot wait to see what all you guys do at the next level.
Yes, and every school we just named, I think they just got a little better with the signings of these great athletes and even better students.
Real great kids. All right, that's going to do it for this edition of the Sports Desk. Make sure you check us out on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Share us your story ideas, pictures, and videos. We want to hear from you, Torrance, so hit us up.
Thanks so much for joining us. We love all the action you guys bring to the screen each and every week, and we would like to wish you all a very special Thanksgiving. We'll see you later, Torrance, right here on the next edition of the Sports Desk.